Hi, friend. We're in our third 5-minute sermon in the Gospel of John, and we're looking at this person, John the Baptist, an incredible teacher. Jesus says one of the greatest teachers of all times, and we need to pay attention to him because he's preparing our hearts, preparing our minds, preparing the world for the coming of Jesus. And it's a message we still need to hear, a message we still need to understand. And he's called to himself a group of disciples now. There's a team around John. They're working with him, supporting him. We call those in scriptures disciples. They're listening to his teaching. They're undertaking training in it. And they see Jesus, and John points to Jesus and says, "Behold the Lamb of God who takes away the sins of the world." And their curiosity is triggered. They want to learn more about him. And it says in the Gospel of John, not the same John, by the way. But anyway, the Gospel of John, John chapter 1 at verse 35, we find these words. The next day again, John was standing with two of his disciples, and he looked at Jesus, and he walked by and said, "Behold the Lamb of God." Verse 37, the two disciples heard him say this, and they followed Jesus. That's interesting, isn't it? So if like you were a preacher or a teacher, or a pastor like myself, and you had people who were in your church, they were your followers, air quotes around that, and you said, "He's a really good teacher," and they just got up and followed him, wouldn't you be disturbed? Wouldn't you be concerned? That's not John's reaction. Jesus turned, though, and he saw them following, and he said to them, "What are you seeking?" Friend, let me ask you that question today. What are you seeking? What do you want? It's really a foundational question, isn't it? It's a question that maybe if you're listening made you stop because you hadn't thought about it in a long time. And they replied to him, "Rabbi," which means teacher, "where are you staying?" Now that's a very personal question. Where's your hotel? Where's your room? Where are you sleeping tonight? He says, "Come and see." Jesus still makes that invitation, friend. People ask him very personal questions all the time. They pray to Jesus on a regular basis, and his response over and over again, hear me, is "Come and see. Come and be with me. Come and watch me. Come and learn from me. Come and see who I am." And they do. They follow him, and they want to understand more about him. They want to learn more about him. And John's humility here is not to compete with Jesus, but to understand that Jesus is more important than him. And they walk behind Jesus, and they do this process of following him, and that's actually what a disciple is. You see, a disciple is someone who follows. They used to talk about this in the ancient world, that a disciple, a really good disciple, followed so close that the dust of their teacher's feet as he walked would settle on top of theirs. And so what we're being shown here is an opportunity to know what it is to be a follower of Jesus. It's not about the church you go to, although going to church is important. It's not about the denomination you're in or the sect of Christianity you're pursuing. It's about Jesus. It's about walking so close to him that the dust his feet would raise would settle on top of yours. That you would live like him, that you would act like him, that you would behave like him. See, he asks the question, "What are you seeking?" But he provides an entirely different answer. Because what you're seeking, unless it's him, is the wrong thing. If you want to be happy, if you want to be satisfied, if you want to be content in this life, you will never find it unless you find it in Jesus. Because this is the truth, friend. You were made by him. You were made for him. Your purpose in life is to glorify him. And don't forget, enjoy him forever. He's called you into a new way of living, a new way of thinking. He wants you to walk with him. He wants you to come and see him. Discipleship begins with obedience and an invitation. Jesus has called you. He's invited you. He's asking you to follow him. Will you obey? It's so hard to do. It's so hard to turn from our agenda to his. But friend, I want to invite you into that today. I want to offer that to you, not because I'm important, but because Jesus is important, because he has invited you first. I'm just reminding you. Friend, I hope to see you around. God bless you. Come visit us sometime at Bayou Christian Church.